People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bitech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implement, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Baus Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening and welcome to River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Six Rivers West boys basketball on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as the Six Rivers West boys basketball rivalry picks up another big-time matchup as the River Ridge Timberwolves host Potosi Cassville. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball is presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. The Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel is powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center Monroe. From the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, welcoming you to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Potosi Cassville and River Ridge both come in with identical 14-6 records, but Potosi Cassville has the edge in conference play with a 12-1 record in the Six Rivers West, currently in first place and in the driver's seat, heading down the home stretch of the season. After tonight's game, Potosi Cassville will be at Shullsburg on Thursday, Friday at home against Blackhawk, and then they close things out with a big matchup against Belmont next Thursday. Potosi Cassville coming off a loss to Platteville on Friday night, 72-57. That snapped a 7-game winning streak for the first-year co-op in boys basketball this season. And for the River Ridge Timberwolves, they are 10-3 in the Six Rivers West, heading into tonight's game, sitting in the third-place spot. But a win against Potosi Cassville tonight and some help from Belmont in the final game of the season could force a potential three-way tie at the top of the Six Rivers West to decide the conference title. River Ridge has won 5 straight games, including a win last Friday against Shullsburg, 75-70. In that game, Brandon Davis had 33 points and 8 rebounds. Noah Copsey added 11 points as well. The remaining games for River Ridge after tonight include matchups Friday at home against Pecatonica, Monday at home against Argyle, and they close out the season at home once again next Thursday against Benton. And this is a big-time matchup in terms of determining the seedings, as the seedings for high school boys basketball will be released on Sunday. We will be at Doolittle's Pub and Eatery for the bracket reveal. I'll tell you more about that later on in the broadcast. But coming up on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, we'll talk with both head coaches. Had a chance to catch up with Dan Morris of River Ridge and Mike Uppena of Potosi Cassville. I asked him about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Also coming up, our Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the opening tip between River Ridge and Potosi Cassville in Six Rivers West boys basketball. The Raleigh Cheese pregame show is presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
Don't forget the cheese.
That a kid. Back after this on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1.
We see you out there doing things your way, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. because you know we've supplied generations of farms and families with everything you need at prices that make the most of your money. Like $10 off select Plains brand tractor fluid. Rewards members save an extra $2. $5 off assorted AgriMaster calf milk replacers. And assorted Nutrina livestock feeds, $4 off. In-store or online, we've got the value you need to do things your way. Plains Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Save big on your next project right now at Menards. Improve your home's appearance with a new garage door from Ideal Door. Did you know a garage door is the #1 project for return on your investment, instantly increasing the value of your home? Choose a new door from our in-stock selection or customize your own using our free Garage Door Designer. Check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Catch Andrew's Egg Service coverage of Wisconsin football on 97.7 WGLR and Wisconsin basketball on AM 1590 WPVL. Presented by Digman Construction. Queen Bee Radio is your home for Badger sports.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Pre-game one.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. River Ridge hosting Potosi Cassville in the Big Six Rivers West boys basketball matchup with some conference title implications at stake. We're joined by River Ridge head coach Dan Morris. Coach, thanks for joining us. And looking at the team's success to this point, coming off a win last Friday against Schellsburg, 75-70, extending your win streak to 5. Brandon Davis, an outstanding game, 33 points in that matchup. And in the middle of a big homestand to close out the regular season, talk about the team's play as of right and the things that have been going right for the Wolves.
Yeah. The last 5 games especially felt really good. It really started when we were on the road at Schellsburg several weeks ago. In the locker room in that game before that, I said, well, this is a pivotal game for us. We had lost a couple of close games before that. But we knew that we were close. We knew that we were really close to kind of putting it all together and playing the kind of basketball that we expected us to play. And we came out, we won that game in a close game, won it right at the end, and then followed that up with that win on the road against Belmont, which was another big win for us. We were able to string together some momentum off of that, starting to feel better, because at the beginning of the year, those close games, we were on the losing end. A team we played tonight, we lost to Potosi Cassville down there on a buzzer beater in overtime. So a game that we could have closed out in the regular session of play if we would have just done the little things right. So, that was a pivotal game for us. And since then, I feel like we've been on the right track going forward. It's been an interesting season because we were in the midst of a stretch where we didn't have a home game for 4 weeks.
Right.
And now we're finishing the season with 3 straight weeks of home games. So it's been interesting, but it's been great to be back at home and finish the season out and hopefully continuing to play well.
And let's go back to that game against Belmont a while back where you got away with a huge road win against a ranked team, and that kind of throws a wrench into how the conference title picture shapes out. And you mentioned that, being on the losing end of those close games, what things have you noticed differently about River Ridge over this last stretch of games that have really boosted the confidence in heading into the postseason where River Ridge looking to be a threat now?
Yeah, we talk about the little things all the time, and some of it's really basic stuff, like simple things like making sure everybody boxes out. We have some really good rebounders on the team. We got to make sure that everybody does their job to box out as a team. So stuff like that, closeouts, making sure that we're closing out well, and then offensively, making sure that our shot selection is good. I mean, basic basketball stuff to make sure that we're doing these things consistently. So that was a big part of the message, that helped propel us to maybe the way we're playing right now. And then the other part is really getting all these guys used to playing each other and gaining confidence in closing out games. We started out the season where, even though we were losing to some good teams and losing some close games, we were leading at halftime, or we had big second half leads that sort of crumbled away. We might hit a stretch where there was a long stretch where we just couldn't make a basket, or we had a couple of defensive breakdowns. And we're limiting those things now, or at least doing a better job of any runs that the other team makes. All right, we're not losing it, and we're going to stick with them, and we're going to put on our own run to keep the game close or keep our lead extended. So those things, I think, just building confidence. You get those big wins, and all of a sudden you start feeling pretty good about yourself and your abilities. So that, and I think the other big part too is just the kind of the season-long quest of everybody knowing their role and what they're really good at and what the realities of their games are, and how to piece that all together and play good basketball as a team. So I think we're doing a better job at that. Is there always room for improvement? Absolutely. But, stacking together some really good wins and having a nice winning streak. And then, hopefully for us, we can put it together tonight against a team that beat us earlier this season.
Yep. Dan Morris, the head coach of the River Ridge Timberwolves, joining us on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, getting ready for the matchup against Potosi Cassville here tonight. Russell, off his injury report, as always, it's not injuries, it's illnesses this time of the year that can impact the status of players. How are things looking for River Ridge heading into the matchup tonight?
Yeah, so far really good. I think the illnesses, it caught me too. I normally don't get colds during the winter, but I've had two. But I think most of our players, whoever got it, it's gone through. So right now we're feeling pretty healthy. So really happy about that going into this final stretch of the season.
Yep, that's good to hear. And then the matchup against Potosi Cassville, you mentioned it, lost on a buzzer beater in overtime in the first matchup. If pattern holds, we were able to get the win against Belmont in a rematch of a game where had the lead, but they came back to get the victory. What stands out to you the most about this Potosi Cassville team? What adjustments have been made, and what's going to be the key tonight for River Ridge?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we know that Potosi Cassville, extremely well coached. They're a strong offensive team. They play great defense. They don't turn the ball over. They're just a well-coached team. They make adjustments in game really well. So hopefully we can do the same. For us, it's continuing to keep things clean on our end. It's, again, all the little things. Are we boxing out? Are we closing out? Is our help side defense there? Are we doing those things well? And then offensively, especially, so one thing where we struggled the first time where we played in the second half, they'd switched up to a zone defense, and we had struggled. We kind of really knocked us out of our groove on offense and kind of forced us into just not running our offense. Really, in the moment, we're like, what's going on here? But you go back and look at the film, it's like, well, if we would have just stuck with our offense, I think we would have been all right. It's harder to say that and recognize that in the flow of the game. But I think as long as we keep our heads, again, it's surviving any runs that they put on, countering them, and just doing all the little things to play good basketball. So either way, we know it's going to be a great matchup. We played so many close games this year. I mean, maybe I'm getting used to them at this point. I'm sure it's going to be another one and another dogfight in this one, but we're looking forward to it. And this is what high school basketball is all about.
It should be a heck of a game. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Dan Morris, head coach of the River Ridge Timberwolves. We'll have more on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show after this on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pre-game 2.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number one. Period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us, you are still number one.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Could there be a better name? Auto Value Parts Stores. They aren't just about air fresheners or fuzzy dice. Auto Value Parts Stores are all about parts, auto parts, and advice. Pros who know auto parts with tons of tips when you need them the most. You want real value? Don't go to a place with a cute name. Go to Auto Value. Could there be a better name? I didn't think so. Your Auto Value Parts Store. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts.
Streaming on this Queen Bee radio station is powered by Cunis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday with shuttles and loaner vehicles available too. Head to Cunis in Platteville.
I will be right by your side.
Women can have it all, including heart attacks. But symptoms like jaw pain, nausea, unusual fatigue, dizziness, and backache are often different and more subtle than for a man. The fact is, heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Know the signs. Learn more at getheartchecked.org. From Women's Heart Alliance, in partnership with Women Heart.
Pre-game 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Potosi, Cassville, and River Ridge resuming their Six Rivers West Conference rivalry tonight in a big matchup with conference title implications at stake. We're joined by Mike Uppena, the head coach of Potosi Cassville. Coach, thanks for joining us. Coming off a loss to Platteville on Friday, 72-57, that snapped a 7-game winning streak, but Platteville's been playing some really good basketball as of late, and you are in the driver's seat at the top of the conference heading into this matchup against River Ridge tonight. Talk about the team's play as of right and the things that have been going right for Potosi Cassville.
Yeah, it was that game on Friday was a tough one, and I thought the guys really played well for the most part of the game. You know, their Platteville's really dynamic, and then Myron Ryder's just a heck of a player. But a game like that this late in the season is a good test sometimes, and I really liked how we come out of there. Defensively, we're learning some things. We're getting better all the time. Platteville makes you speed up a little bit, and we were able to handle that. We made some runs at them, but. I think that defensively we keep getting better, and hopefully we'll keep getting better down the stretch.
Yeah, what's been the biggest area of improvement that you've seen from your team since the start of the season? What are some of the things you're trying to tighten up as the postseason looms around the corner?
Yeah, specifically defense, but I think offensively too, we're starting to get to the point where it's if we're not knocking down some shots, it's okay. Let's not worry about it. Let's keep plugging away because we don't have a ton of size, so we got to be able to make some shots from the perimeter. But we also need to touch the post, and I feel like these guys are really starting to understand the value of that because we shoot it better when it comes out of there. So I feel like we've improved there a lot.
All right, Mike Uppena with us on our Raleigh Chiefs pregame show. Potosi Cassville head coach getting ready for the matchup against River Ridge and Six Rivers West boys basketball tonight. Our Russell office's injury report, if it's not injuries, it's illnesses this time of the year. How's the team holding up on the injury and illness front, and will there be any of those impacting tonight's game?
Nothing right now. As you just see how it goes after tonight. You take one game at a time, and the injuries are always a big deal. We had a bunch of influenza A and B going through the school last week and this week, so hopefully we steer clear of some of those things. It's just part of the season sometimes.
And then looking at the matchup against River Ridge here tonight, a rematch of a very fun game that was back and forth earlier this season, 50-48, the final in overtime. Talk about the things that you took away from the first matchup against River Ridge, and what does Potosi Cassville have to do tonight if that result's going to be the same?
Yeah, they really defended us well up there at Potosi. I just don't think we ever got comfortable in that game. And River Ridge had to lead for quite a bit of it, and we were down quite a few points, down the stretch. But these guys never die; they never quit. They always got a chance, and they've proved that time again. So hopefully we don't leave ourselves in that situation where we got to claw back and we can handle some things as the game continues.
All right, should be a heck of a game. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's Mike Uppena, head coach at Potosi Cassville. We'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show after this on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
Elena had another asthma attack. She's really sad to miss school again.
Asthma can be triggered by allergens from common pests.
I just can't shake this fever.
Mosquito bites can cause West Nile and Zika virus infections.
Sorry, boss. I'm going to be out of work for a while.
The CDC estimates that more than 300,000 Lyme disease cases spread by ticks occur in the U.S. each year. Don't let pests force you to take a sick day. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association and the CDC.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Pregame 3.
at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Our Rally Cheese pregame show is going to be extended because we are now in double overtime of the JV game that's happening here at River Ridge High School. So we will do our best to call this second overtime. We are tied at 54 points apiece. And I do have some names here, so we'll do our best to bring you this overtime, double overtime session as River Ridge controls the tip and quickly down the floor, laying it in off the glass is Preston Gage. 56-54, 2:50 to go in this JV second overtime. Ball in the high left. Now to the right side to number 12, Amesley Tasker. Tasker gives off to the top. Now quick pass back out to the top to Tasker again. Floater no good. Offensive rebound. Put back no good either. River Ridge collects the rebound. 2.5 minutes to play in the second overtime of the JV game here at River Ridge High School. River Ridge 56, Potosi Cassville 54. We'll have the varsity game coming up once the JV game has wrapped up. Ball to paint. And the shot is made by number 31, who isn't on the River Ridge roster. Scratch that, number 22, Aiden Groom. 58-54, River Ridge up by 4, under 2 minutes to play. Three-pointer on the left wing, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by River Ridge. And the Wolves will walk down the floor with it, but a whistle on the far side of the floor away from the ball. And a technical foul. Called against Potosi Cassville. Say it's on Ryder Vogelsberg. And with a minute 51 left, the free throw's missed by Preston Gage. He'll have another technical free throw to go. Again, this is double overtime of the JV game here at River Ridge High School, which looks like it's going to set the tone for what should be a fun night of high school boys basketball on this Tuesday night. Preston Gage does hit the second free throw to make it 59-54 with a minute 51 left in the second overtime. Inbound pass gets into Groom, tried to feed it to Morris down low, and a floater for Groom off the front of the rim, no good. Groom gets the rebound, tie it for the basketball. Possession arrow is pointing to Potosi Cassville. 1:41 to play in the second overtime of the JV game here at River Ridge High School. 59-54, Wolves in front. Potosi Cassville with the ball. Shot off the back iron, no good. Scramble for the rebound, and it's stolen away by Preston Gage. Gage back down the floor, pushes ahead to Groom. Groom will lay it in with the right hand. 61-54, River Ridge in front. 1:19 to play in double overtime of the JV game here at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Our varsity game coming up in about 15 minutes after the JV game has wrapped up. Now a straight ahead three. That one bricked off the left side of the rim, no good. Rebound collected by River Ridge. Preston Gage will bring it across center court right on top of the paw print logo, and a foul called against Potosi Cassville will send Gage to the free throw line. ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL Platteville and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis with you at the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Preston Gage at the free throw line for River Ridge. And the first free throw off the back iron, no good. Double overtime boys JV basketball. Ridge now in front, 61-54. And Gage will knock down the second. River Ridge has outscored Potosi Cassville 8-0 in this overtime period. And a straight ahead three off the left side of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Potosi Cassville. Ball given to the right side to Lane Schaefer. And a push called against River Ridge. I believe it's against number 5. That'd be Alan Hernandez. That's his third personal, 44.5 seconds remaining. And Schaefer will go to the free throw line to shoot. And it's a 1-1 as that's team foul number 9 on River Ridge. Second free throw, or first free throw is good. Second free throw coming up. Again, once this JV game has wrapped up, we'll extend our Rally Cheese pregame show for the varsity game, as that's a big-time matchup in Six Rivers West boys basketball. Free throw out the back iron, no good. And a whistle. It's going to be River Ridge ball. 42.6 seconds remaining in double overtime of the JV game. 62-55. River Ridge in front. Inbound pass gets into Brogan Mesra. Now out to the top to Preston Gage. Gage dribbles behind his back, runs into a double team across center court. Pass ahead is deflected away and stolen by Potosi Cassville as Tasker came away with the theft and the ball poked out of bounds. 30.3 seconds remaining. River Ridge 62, Potosi Cassville 55. Pass gets into Tasker on the high right side, finds an open teammate. Vogelsberg off the front of the rim, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Gage had it momentarily, but taken away by Potosi Cassville. Tasker, three off the left side of the point, no good. Ball spit back out. Another offensive rebound, straight ahead three. Back iron, no. Shot missed by Chris Vols. And a whistle with 13.3 seconds left, and it will be River Ridge at the free throw line, as a foul was called against John Keitlinger. And Alan Hernandez will go to the free throw line for River Ridge with 13.3 seconds remaining in the JV overtime game. This is overtime number 2. And the back iron unkind for Alan Hernandez. Hernandez's second free throw off the back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Potosi Cassville. Overhead pass deflected by Brogan Mesra. He'll chase it down, pushes ahead to Gage. Gage will dribble it out, and our JV game has reached a final 62-55 in double overtime. River Ridge takes down Potosi Cassville, and now the boys varsity teams will take the floor, warm up, and we will continue our Rally Cheese pregame show presented by Rally Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups, Cuba City Family Dental, colors of the game, and the tip all straight ahead on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. You get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
In Game 1.
Grant Regional Health Center, People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. They are now recognizing the dance team as it's dance team recognition night here at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Again, our boys varsity matchup between Potosi Cassville and River Ridge coming up in just a few minutes. Our game today, our scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Other games on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations tonight. We had a game that just went final on X1071. IHSA regional semifinal. River Ridge Scales Mound defeats Lena Winslow 44-17. And game number 2 of that doubleheader on X1071, Galena taking on East Dubuque. That one also from Hanover, Illinois. John Satterley with the call of that. Again, on X1071 and X1071.com. Other boys basketball tonight. Mineral Point is at Cuba City on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And in girls hoops, big-time matchup between ranked teams. Argyle-Pecatonica is at Lancaster. That's on 97.7 Country WGLR and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Also check in on the Shoebox scoreboard of other games in Southwest Wisconsin. Again, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Coming up next, the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups and the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, all straight ahead here on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 2.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
With love I will build a wonderful thing that makes this life better for you and for me.
Shriners Hospitals for Children has been creating wonderful opportunities for children in need. This life-changing medical care helps them do the things they've always dreamed of. To find out more, go to loveshriners.org.
In Game 2.
Back at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Tyler Duquesne is with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and ayersfurniture.com. Let's set up the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at fullersmilkercenter.com. For the visiting Potosi Cassville, 14-6 overall, 12-1 in the Six Rivers West. They are in first place and one game ahead of Belmont, with 3 games to play after tonight as well. They'll have a head-to-head matchup with Belmont to close out the season that will ultimately decide how the conference is won. And their starters tonight go like this. A 6-foot junior, number 1, Ben Infield. Infield averaging 13.2 points, 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists per game. Also in the starting lineup, a 5'11 junior, number 2, Sam Infield. Sam is averaging 4.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per contest. The 6'2 junior, number 3, Aaron Edge. Edge with a team-high 14.5 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per contest. A 5'10 junior, number 5, Drew Richardson. Richardson averaging 9 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. And rounding out the starting lineup for Potosi Cassville, a 5'11 senior, number 44, Alex Frederick. Frederick averaging 11.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game. Potosi Cassville is coached by Mike Uppida, and he's assisted by Jason Edge, Chad Infield, Levi Groom, Gavin Wonderland, and Tony Leibfried. Those were the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for Potosi Cassville. Brought to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at fullersmilkercenter.com. Basketball tonight brought to you by Community First Bank. Free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. See at bank.com, member FDIC. And by McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs. Whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential, Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call, ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the River Ridge Timberwolves as our Rally Cheese pregame show continues on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
Does that number calling you look familiar, but you aren't sure if you know them? It could be a scam using spoofing. I'm Lancaster Police Chief Deborah Rukoff. Spoofing is a way scammers make it look like an area number, or even a number you know, is calling you. In reality, they could be hundreds or thousands of miles away. Scam calls are after one thing, your information. Prevent a crime before it happens. Keep your personal information private and hang up if you suspect it's a scam.
This public service announcement courtesy of Queen Bee Radio.
Mama, what does the chicken say? Dog. Cat. Giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov.
/ the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
In Game 3.
High school boys basketball on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, brought to you by Clear Bank with 3 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Also by Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. By Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Time now for the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup for the River Ridge Timberwolves. 14-6 overall, 10-3 in the Six Rivers West. 2 games behind Potosi Cassville in first, and 1 game behind Belmont, who is in second. Their starting lineup tonight goes like this: a 5'10 senior, number 0, Brandon Davis. Davis averaging 19.5 points, 9 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 3.5 steals per game. Also in the starting lineup, a 6' junior, number 1, Cam Reynolds. Reynolds averaging 6 points, 3.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.5 steals per game. A 5'11 senior, number 2, Brock Bungie. Bungie averaging 9 points, 2.5 rebounds, almost 2 assists, and 1 steal per game. A 5'9 senior, number 3, Reese Drew. Drew averaging 6.5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals per contest. And running out the starting lineup for River Ridge, a 5'11 junior, number 11, Noah Copsey. Copsey averaging 8.5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.5 steals per game. River Ridge coached by Dan Morris, and he's assisted by Nate Copsey and Gavin Steiber. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups. For the River Ridge Timberwolves, see Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Tonight's game also brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team. Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. And by Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management in Platteville, Arter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel, Fritz's Burner Service in Darlington, Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help you with your next roofing or siding project. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Northland Buildings, and by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Russell offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington, and by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings and major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with more in our Raleigh Cheese pregame show ahead of our matchup between River Ridge and Potosi Cassville in Six Rivers West boys basketball. More after this on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Teachers shape the future. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work. Sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change. And generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family to graduate college. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
Hey y'all, I'm Kelly Clarkson. Every American dreams of creating a better life for his or her family, but in some communities, those dreams face difficult challenges. When we come together to help those in need get the same opportunities as everyone else, we truly are making our country a better place to live for all of us. So look for volunteer opportunities in your community to help others achieve the American dream, all right? This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
In Game 4.
Back on our extended Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. A little later start time tonight as the JV game went to double overtime. River Ridge coming away with the win 62-55 in that matchup. And we were about 5 minutes or so away from the tip between River Ridge and Potosi Cassville in the varsity boys matchup on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Tyler Dutanis with you at the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. We'll get you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game in just a few moments once we see what the official uniforms are for both teams here this evening. Again, on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. On X1071, it's a girls IHSA doubleheader. Lena Winslow fell to River Ridge Scales Mound in game number 1. And the final in that, River Ridge Scales Mound 44, Lena Winslow 17. And the second half of that doubleheader is Galena taking on East Dubuque, also from Hanover, Illinois. John Satterley has the call of that on X1071 and X1071.com. Also a final in boys basketball, Lancaster all over Wazeeka Steuben, 76-25. The Arrows getting the win over the Hornets. And game number 2 of that doubleheader from Lancaster is a good one. It's Lancaster hosting Argyle Pecatonica in a battle of ranked teams. Steve Prescott with the call of that on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And in boys basketball on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, this is a big-time matchup. Anytime these two teams meet, Mineral Point is at Cuba City. Rob Spangler with the call of that, again on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Looking ahead later on this week, on Thursday, we will have girls basketball Cuba City at Fenimore on Super Hits 106. And in girls hoops in the SWC, Lancaster at Platteville to decide the final outcome of the SWC. That'll be on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Then a big night of high school wrestling on Friday night from Mineral Point. It's the girls sectional, which we will have on 97.7 Country, WGLR, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, and MPTV. Raleigh Cheese pre-match set for 3:40. First match is set to begin at 4 o'clock. And then Saturday, a jam-packed day of high school team wrestling in the new postseason format for high school wrestling. We'll be at 3 different sites across our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We'll tell you more about that coming up later on. Our Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Actually, colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Potosi Cassville in the black Under Armour jerseys with Potosi written across the top, Cassville across the bottom with gold numbers and gold trim, and the Potosi Maroon P and Cassville Green C centered on the back. Top half of the jersey. And River Ridge will be in the home whites. River Ridge written across the chest in purple with purple numbers and purple trim. Those are the colors of the game. Brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Game tonight brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. See at bank.com. Member FDIC. By McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call, ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. By Breckler Insurance Group, for all your insurance needs, see Steve Landowski at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel at Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. Coal-Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coalacresgolfandgrill.com. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena, and Lyle Financial Group in Platteville. Also brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Coming up, we'll have the national anthem performed by the River Ridge Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Kenyon. Again, this is a de facto elimination game for River Ridge if they have any aspirations of competing for a conference title. River Ridge needs to win and get help from Belmont in the final game of the season against Potosi Cassville to force a 3-way tie. But Potosi Cassville in the driver's seat with a 1-game lead on Belmont and have an opportunity to end the season at Belmont to close out the season. Here's tonight's national anthem from River Ridge High School.
Those who are able to stand, remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem by the River Ridge Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Kieler Kenyon.
Well done. Tonight's national anthem by the River Ridge Pep Band ahead of the boys varsity matchup between River Ridge and Potosi Cassville on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. We already ran through the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups and the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game. We'll thank a few more of our sponsors, including Southwest Health, with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. By Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Our audio stream tonight powered by Cunis Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models and is open Monday through Saturday. Head to Cunis in Platteville. By TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville, beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Jury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. By Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware, do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks, too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware, do it best in Fenimore. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com. Bell's Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bell's Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. People's State Bank, for personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC, Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. And SoundCloud is where you can find archived audio of our broadcast. Download the SoundCloud app and search Queen Bee Radio Sports, powered by Herm's Ace Hardware and Home Center. The lineups have been introduced, and we are finally set for tip-off here from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Brandon Davis in the center circle for River Ridge. Aaron Edge in the circle for Potosi Cassville. Ball is tipped, won by River Ridge, working from right to left as we see it from the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, and as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Noah Kopsey on the high right side gives off to the top to Brock Bungie. Now to Davis, left side of the paint. Floater drops in. Brandon Davis picking up where he left off in the game against Shullsburg. Davis had 33 points in the game against the Miners. 2-0. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville 30 seconds into the contest. Frederick gives off to the left corner to Drew Richardson. Richardson gives out to the top to Frederick. Now back to Richardson. Ball swung over to the high right side to Sam Infield. Infield being guarded by Noah Copsey. Now out to the top to Aaron Edge. Richardson to the right elbow. Gives off to the top to Ben Infield. Infield with the ball over his head. Gives to Frederick right side of the point. Potosi Cassville just working the ball around the arc. 1 minute gone by in the game. 2-0 River Ridge in front. Potosi Cassville still on their first possession. Richardson between the rings. Stops his dribble. Gives off to the left wing to Sam Infield. Now pull-up jumper. Back iron no. Shot missed by Ben Infield and the rebound collected by River Ridge. Davis pushes ahead of the center court strike to Copsey. Copsey gives right back to Davis. Ball to Bungie on the left wing. Now to the right wing to Reynolds. Reynolds gives to Davis. Davis spinning off his defender. Runs into a double team. Catch and shoot three in the right corner. Back iron no. Shot missed by Cam Reynolds. And Potosi Cassville with the rebound. Trying to get back down the floor quickly. Catch and shoot three left wing. Back iron no. Shot missed by Infield. And River Ridge with the rebound and they push it down the floor quickly. Noah Copsey slows it down, gives off to the top to Reese Drew. Drew to Davis. Davis spinning in the lane. Picks up his dribble, tosses to the top. Brock Bungie gives off to Noah Copsey. Now to Davis, left side of the point. Davis out to the top to Reynolds. Reynolds lost the handle and a steal by Potosi Cassville. PC back the other way. Attacking the basket was Aaron Edge. Shot was no good. Second chance no good either for Richardson. And River Ridge collects the rebound. 15:43 left in the first half. River Ridge 2, Potosi Cassville nothing, just underway from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Reese Drew on the high right side. Tosses over to Brandon Davis. Davis drives into the right elbow. Stop and pop jumper, back iron no, trying to track down his own rebound, but Alex Frederick pulls it down for Potosi Cassville. Ball pushed ahead to the right corner. Ball fed into Ben Infield and stolen away by River Ridge. And a breakaway steal and score for Reese Drew. Reese Drew averaging 6.5 points per game. Gets two right there, and it's 4-0 River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville. Richardson at the top, looking for someone to pass to. He'll give off to Frederick between the rings. Alex Frederick with an overhead pass to the right wing to Drew Richardson. Back out to the top, and a steal as coming away with the steal was Brock Bungie, but he got fouled right away as he was trying to break away towards the basket, and the first foul of the game goes against Potosi Cassville. It'll be the first on Aaron Edge. 14:47 remaining in half number one. River Ridge 4, Potosi Cassville nothing. Brandon Davis gets the ball in the backcourt, now pushes ahead to the left corner to Cam Reynolds. Reynolds gets off to the top to Bungie. Bungie driving in on Frederick, stops his dribble right side of the paint, looking for someone to pass to, gives off to Brandon Davis on the high right side. Davis cross-court pass to the left wing to Bungie, and a travel called against Bungie. Bungie dragged his pivot foot. River Ridge with its second turnover of the game. Wolves still up 4-0. Potosi Cassville inbounding, goes into Drew Richardson. River Ridge applying some pressure in the backcourt. But Richardson able to get it across the timeline. Richardson charging towards the basket, and he'll finish with the right hand. Drew Richardson with his first points of the game, 4-2. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville. Brandon Davis gives off to Noah Copsey on the high right, now to the right corner to Reese Drew. Now back out to Davis on the high right side. Swung over to Cam Reynolds on the left wing, being guarded by Infield. Skipped over to Noah Copsey. He'll load up for three. Leaves it short of the rim. And Reynolds trying to save it from going out of bounds. And he's able to throw it off the wrist of Aaron Edge to keep the possession for River Ridge. 13:50 to play in half number one. River Ridge 4, Potosi Cassville 2. On ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Reese Drew had to chase that one down before it went into the backcourt to keep the possession for River Ridge on the inbound. Skips over to Brock Bungie in the corner. Bungie's double team gives out to Davis on the right wing. Davis, turnaround floater, short of the rim, no good. Volleyball poked out of bounds, and it will be Potosi Cassville ball. Tonight's game brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's Ortho Team. Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Alex Frederick with a pull-up jumper, right elbow, no good. Copsey with the rebound for River Ridge. Copsey jogs it across center court, dribbles to the right elbow, picks it up, gives off to Davis. Davis spinning off Richardson, gives off to Brock Bungie. Now back to Copsey. Copsey lost the handle momentarily, but recovers right side of the paint, gives off to Cam Reynolds. Reynolds charging towards the basket. His floater's off the front of the rim, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Reynolds gets his own rebound inside to Davis, and he'll finish with the right hand. Brandon Davis with 4 points for River Ridge, 6-2. Wolves in front of Potosi Cassville, 12:50 to play in half number 1. Sam Enfield gives off to Drew Richardson, right side of the paint, and a travel called against Richardson. Richardson took an extra hop before he passed the ball off. And a timeout taken by Potosi Cassville. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Again, 12:40 remaining in the first half. River Ridge 6, Potosi Cassville 2. Tonight's game is brought to you by Edward Jones Reed's Wealth Management in Platteville, Arder Brothers Creamery in Boscobel, Fritz's Burner Service in Darlington, Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. Also brought to you by Okies Market in Cassville. Check out Okies, your local Surefine food center, where they'll carry out your groceries too. Okies Market in Cassville. River Ridge with the ball coming out of the timeout, leading 6-2, 12:35 to play in the first half. Davis at the left elbow, charging towards the basket, and he lays it off the window and in for 2. Brandon Davis with 6 points for River Ridge, 8-2. River Ridge in front, 12:20 to go until halftime. Alex Frederick loading up for 3 off the right wing. Ball spit back out, and the rebound pulled down by Reese Drew, but a hand check foul on the rebound called against PC. And the foul goes against Damian Bauer, who just checked into the game for PC. Second team foul of the half for Potosi Cassville. Just over 12 minutes left until halftime, 8-2. River Ridge in front. Davis puts up a floater right side of the paint and gets that one to drop. Brandon Davis on a hot streak. 8 points for him to open things up, and an 8-point lead for River Ridge. And a foul called against River Ridge. They're going to say hold on Cam Reynolds. That'll be his first, team's first. Non-shooting foul, so Potosi Cassville inbound baseline left side. A couple substitutions check in for River Ridge. Wayne Copsey now in the game, wearing number 13. Also in the game, number 21, Jackson White. Inbound pass gets into Alex Frederick on the Timberwolves writing on the far side of the floor. Now giving off to the right corner to Bauer. Jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Shot missed by Aaron Edge. And River Ridge with the rebound. As Brandon Davis taking his time, walking it across center court with 11.5 minutes to play until halftime, 10-2. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville. Davis picks up his dribble in the right corner, gives off to Noah Copsey, swung back over to Davis in the corner. Davis driving in, pull-up jumper, off the side iron, no good. And a rebound called against, or a push on the rebound called against River Ridge. It'll be against Jackson White. His first, team second. Potosi Cassville with the ball, trailing 10-2 with 11:10 to go in half number 1. Damian Bauer on the high left gives off to the top to Ben Infield. Infield gives off to Colton Vogelsberg. Now charging towards the basket, off the back iron and in for Ben Infield. Ben Infield gets the lucky bounce, 10-4. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville, 10:48 left in half number 1. Davis gets a screen from Wayne Copsey. Picks up his dribble, cross-court pass to Noah Copsey. Lost it momentarily, but gives back to Davis on the right wing. Davis spinning off his defender. Overhead pass to Copsey. Nice feed down low. Nice finish off the glass for Brock Bungie. Brock Bungie, the third different scorer for River Ridge. 12-4. Wolves in front of Potosi Cassville. 10:20 left in half number 1. Ball at the top, Aaron Edge. Gives over to the corner to Ben Infield. Infield charging towards the basket, and an offensive foul called against Potosi Cassville. They're going to say it's on Ben Infield. That's his first, team's third. River Ridge takes possession, leading 12-4 with 10:10 left in half number 1. Brandon Davis was walking, now decides to jog it across the timeline on the far side of the floor. Now to Lane Copsey on the left wing. Copsey trying to feed Jackson White down low. Ball goes out of bounds. River Ridge turns it over for the third time tonight. Now under 10 minutes left. 12-4, River Ridge in front. Anytime Roofing, visit anytimeroofingwi.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help you with your next roofing or siding project. Alex Frederick is off to the right wing to Drew Richardson. Richardson skipping it inside, now back out. Richardson loading up for three, overshoots the rim, offensive rebound for Potosi Cassville. Frederick with a pass to the top to Sam Infield. Infield to the free throw line, back out to the top to Frederick. Frederick double teamed at the right elbow. Finds an open teammate, catch and shoot, three! Off the side of the rim, no good. Shot missed by Sam Infield, and River Ridge pulls down the rebound. River Ridge leading by 8, 12-4. 9:18 and counting left in the first half. Brandon Davis on the left wing. Left-handed dribble, left side of the paint, backing in on Frederick. Trying to turn around, off the front of the rim, no good. Noah Copsey with the rebound, threw it off a Potosi Cassville player, and River Ridge will keep possession with 9:04 to play until halftime. Brock Bungie checks out. Checking into the game is number 24, Blake Reynolds. Davis gets the inbound pass in to Jackson White. Gives to Lane Copsey on the right wing, being harassed by Drew Richardson. But now to Davis in the corner. Davis with 8 points so far. Gives to Noah Copsey. Copsey runs into a double team, puts up a shot. That one off target, and a whistle on the rebound. And it's a foul against River Ridge. They're going to say a push on Noah Copsey. That's his first, team's third. Both teams now with 3 fouls in the first half. 8:46 remaining in half number 1. It's River Ridge 12, Potosi Cassville 4. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory platform offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. Ball swung over to the high right side to number 50, Carter Bierman. Now back out to the top to number 2, Sam Infield. Drew Richardson on the right wing, skips it over to the corner to Aaron Edge. Edge, left-handed dribble, backing in on Copsey. Turns around, runs into a double team. Loose ball, but recovered by Aaron Edge. Gives it out to the top. Frederick, catch and shoot, 3, straight ahead, got it! Alex Frederick with the triple. Averaging 11.5 points per game. He gets his first 3 there. Just over 8 minutes to play in the first half. River Ridge 12, Potosi Cassville 7. 6 Rivers West Boys Hoops on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Is a hand check foul as Noah Copsey was driving towards the basket. It'll be the first on Carter Bierman. Team's fourth for Potosi Cassville. Brandon Davis inbounding baseline left side. He'll get it in to Blake Reynolds in the left corner. Davis gets it back. Pull up 3. Spit back out. Bierman clears the board for Potosi Cassville. Pushes it down the floor. Frederick catch and shoot 3 in the left corner. Swishes it. Alex Frederick on a 6-0 run for Potosi Cassville to close the gap to within 2. 12-10. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville. 7:35 to go until halftime. Lane Copsey in the left corner gives off to the top to brother Noah. Noah gives back to Lane. Lane cross-court pass to Jackson White. White finds Davis on the right wing. Ball over his head, looking for someone to pass to. Finds Copsey at the right elbow. Copsey pump fakes on Frederick. Is out to the top to Lane Copsey. Copsey with a fake. Now to Davis on the left wing. Davis finds Noah Copsey. Pull-up jumper. Back iron, no. Volleyball for the rebound. It ricochets off the rim, but a foul against River Ridge on the rebound. River Ridge led by as many as 8, but back-to-back threes by Alex Frederick Close the gap to within 2. It's a second personal on Jackson White. He will check out of the game, and that will bring Brock Bungie back in. 7:08 to play in half number 1. River Ridge 12, Potosi Cassville 10. Alex Frederick brings it across the timeline, gives off to the left wing to Sam Enfield. Enfield finds Ben Enfield. Inside feed to Edge. Edge lost the handle, and River Ridge comes away with the steal. Second turnover for Potosi Cassville on the game. Reese Drew picks up his dribble on the high left side. Cross-court pass to Brandon Davis. Davis being guarded by Alex Frederick. Gives off to the corner to Cam Reynolds. Now to Davis, trying to skip it inside, but it's deflected and stolen away by Drew Richardson. And Frederick charging towards the basket. Off the front of the rim, no good, but a whistle on the rebound. And they're going to say a hold on Brandon Davis. That'll be his first personal. Team's 5th. 6.5 minutes to go until halftime. River Ridge 12, Potosi Cassville 10. And Frederick loading up for 3 off the inbound. Ricochet is off the left side of the rim. Cam Reynolds with the rebound. River Ridge back down the floor quickly. Davis charging towards the basket. Scoop. Finger roll is good. Brandon Davis now in double figures with 10. 14-10. River Ridge ends their scoring drought. 6:10 to play until halftime. Here at Edge, right side of the point. Gives off to Ben Enfield, right side of the paint. Now to the top. Skipped over to the right wing. Catch and shoot. 3. Knockdown! Aaron Edge with the triple. His first points of the game. 1 point lead for River Ridge. 14-13. 5:50 to go in half number 1. Brandon Davis with a yo-yo dribble. Fires a pass to the right wing to Reese Drew. Reese Drew giving back to Davis on the left wing. Now left corner to Bungie. Now Reese Drew. Open 3. Right wing. Got it! Reese Drew with the triple. That's his 11th of the season. Back to a 4-point lead for River Ridge. 17-13, 5:23 to go. Driving in, layup is made. Tough shot. Nice finish by Aaron Edge, and a timeout taken by River Ridge. 5:14 to play in the first half. River Ridge 17, Potosi Cassville 15. Six Rivers West boys basketball on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
We stand on the shoulders of the women who came before us.
Women who were told they were bad with money. Women who couldn't even get a credit card without a man co-signing.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn to lead the way.
Join us at WeSaySaveIt.org,
where women of all ages and all budgets are learning how to save for retirement. You work hard.
You make money.
Now make that money work for you.
Invest in yourself at WeSaySaveIt.org.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
In Game 5.
River Ridge 17, Potosi Cassville 15. Just over 5 minutes left until the McNutt Electric halftime report. River Ridge in possession of the ball, working from right to left as we see it from the best seat in the House in the Airs Furniture broadcast booth. And as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channels, the skip pass inside is going to go out of bounds off the kneecap of Alex Frederick. Ball will stay with River Ridge, and they will inbound baseline left side. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People State main coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. As the inbound pass was stolen away by Alex Frederick. Deflected the pass from Brandon Davis off the inbound, and then a quick hand check foul called against River Ridge. It'll be the first on Brock Bungie. Team foul number 6 of the half on River Ridge, and Potosi Cassville taking possession, looking to tie or take the lead on this possession. Three-pointer on the right wing, off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound for Sam Enfield, dribbles out to the corner. Now to Ben Enfield on the left wing. Inside to Edge. Now to Frederick, loading up for three. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Brandon Davis with the rebound, back down the floor quickly. 3-on-3 back the other way. Davis in the paint, kicks it out. Left three coming up, off the front of the rim, no good. Volleyball for the rebound. Damian Bauer collects it, and then a hand check foul called against River Ridge makes it team foul number 7 and a 1-and-1 coming up for Potosi Cassville. And that's quickly the second on Brock Bungie. With 4:22 to go in the first half, River Ridge 17, Potosi Cassville 15, and Damian Bauer at the free throw line. Bauer averaging 2 points per game and 2 rebounds and 64% at the foul line on the season. And misses the free throw off the left side of the rim. Score stays at 17-15 with 4:15 to play. Davis on the right wing, left-handed dribble into the paint, runs into a double team, underhand toss, down low, back out to Copsey on the left wing. Copsey hands off to Brandon Davis. Davis calls for a screen. He'll give off to Reese Drew. Drew gives off to Noah Copsey, now out to the top to Drew again. Drew charging towards the basket, runs into a double team, and they're going to say Reese Drew traveled, and River Ridge turns it over for the 6th time. 3:51 to play until halftime, 17-15. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville. Potosi Cassville trailed 12-4, but have battled back thanks to back-to-back threes by Alex Frederick to keep it close. 3:38 to go. Aaron Edge pulls up for a jumper, and that one's a long two. Aaron Edge had both feet just inside the three-point arc on the left wing. We're tied at 17, 3:24 to play until halftime. Davis directing traffic on the right wing, gives off to the top to Cam Reynolds. Reynolds finds Copsey left side of the point. Gives off to Reese Drew. Reese Drew with a right-handed dribble, gives off to Cam Reynolds. Now a toss to Lane Copsey, loads up for three, splashes it from downtown. Lane Copsey with his 13th three-pointer of the season. River Ridge back in front by 3, 20-17. 2:55 remaining until halftime. Nice feed and a left-handed floaters off the back iron. No good. Offensive rebound, though, for PC. Three-pointer on the left wing trying to answer. That one couldn't be banked in. That one too strong by Ben Enfield, and River Ridge with the rebound. 2:40 left in the first half. River Ridge up by 3. Davis overhead pass to Noah Copsey on the left wing. Copsey finds Lane in the left corner. Ball skipped up to the top to Cam Reynolds, swung over to Brandon Davis on the right wing. Inlet pass to Copsey, ball stolen away by Alex Frederick. And Frederick trying to get past Lane Copsey in the backcourt. Frederick crosses center court, gives off to the right wing to Aaron Edge. Edge takes one dribble, gives off to Drew Richardson in the right corner, dribbles out. Now back into the corner to Edge. Edge backing in on Copsey. And his pass is deflected, but recovered by Richardson at the top of the arc. Ben Enfield on the right wing being double-teamed, and his skip pass is stolen away by Cam Reynolds. Reynolds gives off to Brandon Davis. Davis looking to Coach Morris for some directions. And he will take his time, bringing it across the center court stripe, calling the signals. Davis dribbling towards the right wing, gives off to Reese Drew, down to the top to Reynolds. Reynolds gets a nice screen from Noah Copsey. Copsey exchanges passes with Brother Lane, finds Davis under the basket. Nice finish off the window for 2. 14 points for Brandon Davis, 22-17. River Ridge back in front by 5. Shot off the front of there, no good. And the putback is good by Carter Bierman. Carter Bierman using his 6'7" frame to get the rebound and the putback. Back to a 3-point lead for the Wolves, 22-19 with 1:05 to play. Overhead pass to Cam Reynolds. Nearly went over his head, but able to keep it in bounds. Now to Reese Drew. Finds Brandon Davis on the left wing. Finds Noah Copsey. Nice pump fake. Scoop. Layup off the glass and in for 2. Noah Copsey with his first points of the game, averaging 8.5 per game. 5-point lead for River Ridge. 24-19. 40 seconds left until halftime. Alex Frederick on the high left, getting a screen from Bierman. Dribbles to the left side of the paint, finds an open teammate, catch and shoot. 3 is knocked down from long range by Drew Richardson. 24-22, Ridge in front by 2. Noah Copsey with the ball at the top, nearly poked away but recovered. Copsey feeds Brandon Davis at the free throw line. Davis lost the handle momentarily but recovers. Trying to work in on Bierman. Overhead pass to the left wing to Reynolds. Now Lane Copsey in the lane. His floater off the front of the rim, no good. 3 seconds left. Alex Frederick collects it. Gives off to Ben Infield. He'll heave one at half court. Off the left side of the rim, no good. And we go to halftime with River Ridge leading Potosi Cassville 24-22. Good one here at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove, just as we expected. Coming up, the McNutt Electric halftime report. We'll do a check on the shoebox scoreboard. Some halftime scores we can tell you about the other games on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We'll tell you all about that next here on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
All of us have a role to play in promoting a mental health friendly workplace.
So what can I do to help?
As a CEO, I can set the tone for a supportive culture.
As a manager, I can offer assistance and accommodations.
As a coworker, I can be a source of support.
As someone with a mental health condition, I can ask for what I need to perform my best.
What can I do?
What can I do?
I can remind others that none of us are alone.
And that we all benefit from workplaces that promote good mental health.
Learn more at whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
In Game 6.
Halftime at River Ridge High School, 24-22. The Wolves leading Potosi Cassville on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway. For free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture at ayersfurniture.com. It's been a fun one here at River Ridge High School so far. River Ridge jumped out to a 10-2 lead and led 12-4 before back-to-back three-pointers by Alex Frederick closes the gap to within 2. River Ridge has been able to stay in front most of the first half except for a couple ties before heading into halftime. We were tied at 17 for a brief moment before a three-pointer made by Lane Copsey put River Ridge back in front by 3. And a tight ball game here in the Six Rivers West boys basketball matchup as we anticipated coming into this one. Individual stats, Brandon Davis leading the way for both teams. He's in double figures with 12 points for the Wolves. 5 points for Reese Drew. 3 points for Lane Copsey. 2 points for Brock Bungie. And 2 points for Noah Copsey. Cam Reynolds started but has not scored for River Ridge to this point. Jackson White saw time in the first half. No points, but he has 2 fouls on the game. Brock Bungie with 2 fouls as well. River Ridge did not attempt a free throw in that first half. And the Wolves converted 2 3-point shots in that first half. For Potosi Cassville, they are led in scoring by Aaron Edge with 7. Alex Frederick with 6, all of his points coming from beyond the arc. 5 points for Drew Richardson, including a three-pointer. And 2 points apiece for Ben Infield and Carter Bierman. Sam Infield started but did not score for Potosi Cassville in that first half. Damian Bauer saw action but did not score in the first half for PC, as did Colton Vogelsberg. Potosi Cassville 0 for 1 at the foul line, and they have 4 three-pointers in that first half. Potosi Cassville I had down for 4 first half turnovers. River Ridge I have down for 7, but again, that number very unofficial. As we mentioned during our very extended Raleigh Cheese pregame show, this is a de facto elimination game for River Ridge if they have any chance of coming away with at least a share of the conference title. River Ridge trailing Potosi Cassville by 2 games in the conference standings. Potosi Cassville won the first matchup between these two, 50-48 on a buzzer-beating shot by Alex Frederick to get Potosi Cassville the win. But River Ridge has been playing good basketball as of late. They've won 5 straight, including a big victory at Belmont to really throw a wrench in this conference title picture. River Ridge's final games after tonight, they're all at home. This coming Friday against Pecatonica, Monday versus Argyle, and then next Thursday versus Benton. And Potosi Cassville's schedule after tonight's game, they're at Schulzburg on Thursday. They host Blackhawk on Friday, and then next Thursday they are at Belmont. We will have that game on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations next week. We will have that on Super Hits 106, but I'll have to double-check the schedule. But that is sure to either decide at least the share or the conference title outright, and that really does hinge on the outcome of this game here at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. The halftime score, 24-22. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville at the half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with some Shoebox scoreboard updates on the other games across our Queen Bee Radio family stations. After this, as the McNett Electric halftime report continues on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
At the YMCA, finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org for a better us.
In Game 7.
Wrapping up the McNett Electric halftime report brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont. 24-22, River Ridge leading Potosi Cassville at the half on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. On the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. On Super Hits 106, Mineral Point leading Cuba City in boys hoops 32-22. And a good one over on 97.7 Country WGLR. Argyle Pecatonica leading Lancaster 30-25. And the halftime score in Illinois, East Dubuque leading Galena 15-13 in IHSA playoff basketball. The games on the Wisconsin side can be seen on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as well. Second half coming up in just a moment. Our game brought to you by Community First Bank. Free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Our halftime report brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. Also by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction, demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. By Northland Buildings. And by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Another update on the Shoebox scoreboard on the game on 97.7 Country WGR, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Peck Argyle leading Lancaster 36-29 with 15:57 remaining in the second half. Steve Prestegard with the call of that on 97.7 Country and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Other sponsors tonight include Russell Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Breckler Insurance Group. For all your insurance needs, see Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. Colakers Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColakersGolfandGrill.com. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and AppliedMicro.biz. Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena, and by Lyle Financial Group in Platteville. Start of the second half coming up in just seconds from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. The halftime score, 24-22. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville in a big Six Rivers West boys hoops matchup on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Potosi Cassville will begin with the ball to start the second half. Potosi Cassville now working from right to left as we see it from the best seat in the house and as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Action back underway. Potosi Cassville trailing by 2. Lob pass to the right side of the paint. Nice feed down low. Nice reverse layup off the back iron. No good. Shot missed by Drew Richardson, but River Ridge with the rebound. Thought that one was going to drop for sure. Davis gives off to Noah Copsey on the left side. Gives off to number 3, Reese Drew, but Drew lost it in the backcourt, and it's stolen away. And laying it in on the steal and score is Aaron Edge. Aaron Edge now with 9 points. We're tied at 24 apiece. 17-24 to go. Copsey gives off to the top to Brandon Davis. Davis looking to the right side, now driving in on infield. Runs into a double team. Tosses over to Copsey in the left corner. Cross-court pass to the right wing to Cam Reynolds. Reynolds with a scoop layup off the window and in for 2. Nice move, nice finish for Cam Reynolds. Cam Reynolds with his first points of the game, putting the Wolves back on top. 26-24, minute gone by in half number 2. Aaron Edge on the right side of the paint, gives off to Frederick. Frederick gets a screen. He'll pull up for 3, looking for the first lead of the game. Off the front of the rim, no good. River Ridge with the rebound. Quickly back down the floor. Euro step in the lane. Scoop layup off the window and in. What a finish by Noah Copsey. 4-point lead for the Wolves. 28-24. 16 and a half minutes to go. Inlet pass to Ben Enfield. Lost on the floor momentarily, but PC recovers, but a travel going to be called against Sam Enfield as he dragged his pivot foot before he started to dribble. And it will be River Ridge basketball. They will inbound on the far side of the floor. Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Wolves leading by 4, 16-15 to go. Davis under the basket, double teamed, and his floater is good. Brandon Davis now with 14 on the game. River Ridge up by 6, 30-24 with just over 16 minutes to play. Ben Enfield charging towards the basket, gives off to the left corner to Frederick, now out to the left wing to Sam Enfield. Frederick gets it back in the corner, lobs it in to Ben Enfield. Enfield double teamed under the basket. Finds an open teammate, and a foul on the floor called against River Ridge. The first foul of the half goes to the Wolves, and it's going to be the third on Brock Bungie. Potosi Cassville inbounding baseline right side. Aaron Edge will skip it in to Frederick. Frederick under the basket. Finds Ben Enfield in the left corner. Enfield weaving in the lane, but took an extra step. That's a travel, and River Ridge will take possession. Ridge up by 6, and they have possession of the ball. Clare Bank with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. My Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. On the high left to Bungie, gives off to Cam Reynolds on the right side of the point. Tosses to Davis. Davis backing down, trying to feed Copsey, cutting towards the basket, but it's going to be poked out of bounds by Aaron Edge. And River Ridge will keep the possession with 15:20 left in the half. 30-24. Wolves in front. Brandon Davis inbounding in the right corner, finds Cam Reynolds cross court. And the pass to Copsey, gives off to Cam Reynolds in the left corner. Reynolds to the left wing. Now finds Bungie trying to spin his way in the lane, and that's an offensive foul, and that's the 4th on Bungie. Brock Bungie will check out. Jackson White back in the game. That's a huge foul for Ridge. Bungie averaging 9 points per game. He's out. Jackson White back in. Wolves leading by 6. 15 minutes left in the game. Sam Infield gives off to the high right side. Aaron Edge. It's a nice screen from Frederick, cutting towards the basket, and Copsey with the block. And a whistle after the rejection. I believe they're going to say a foul on the floor against Ridge. Or are they saying out of bounds? Saying it was just out of bounds. As the inbound pass to Frederick is going to roll out of bounds. They're going to say it's last touch by Ridge. So Potosi Cassville will inbound in the left corner. 14:46 remaining. River Ridge 30, Potosi Cassville 24. Inbound pass gets into Drew Richardson on the left wing. Now back to the left corner to Edge. Edge skips it into Ben Infield. Infield lost the handle, goes out of bounds, but it was touched by Brandon Davis last, so Potosi Cassville will keep the possession. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Ben Infield's inbound pass goes off the kneecap of Brandon Davis, and they will try throwing it in again. Infield gets it into Richardson in the left corner, gives off to Frederick on the left wing. Frederick right back to Richardson, skipped inside to Edge. Edge triple team, tried to put up a shot, no good, but a foul against Ridge should send him to the line. I'm going to say a foul on Cam Reynolds. That's his second, team's third for River Ridge. Aaron Edge at the free throw line. And Edge hits the first free throw. Aaron Edge now in double figures with 10 points. Shooting 66% on the foul line on the season. And knocks down the second. 14 and a half minutes to play. River Ridge 30, Potosi Cassville 26. Wolves in possession of the ball, working from left to right. Ball skipped over to Noah Copsey, but a kick ball called against PC. River Ridge will keep the possession of the inbound right in front of their own bench. Carter Bierman checks back into the game for Potosi Cassville, giving Sam Infield a breather. Inbound pass gets into Jackson White in the corner, gives back to Davis on the right wing. Davis, no look pass down low, but it's poked out of bounds, and they're going to say it's last touch by River Ridge. Cam Reynolds couldn't handle the pass cleanly. And Potosi Cassville taking possession, trailing by 4 with 14:10 to go. Ball on the far side of the floor. Ben Infield dribbles to the corner, gives off to Aaron Edge. He'll load up for 3 right side of the point. Off the back iron, no. Offensive rebound. Put back is no good, but a foul against Ridge. It is on Brandon Davis. That's his second. Team's fourth. Foul starting to pile on for River Ridge in the second half. First free throw knocked in for Ben Infield. Infield on the season averaging 13 points and shooting 63% from the line. Second free throw swished. Potosi Cassville perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line in the second half, closing the gap to within 2. River Ridge 30, Potosi Cassville 28, under 14 minutes left to play. Copsey swings it over to the left wing, now to the left elbow to Davis. Cam Reynolds on the right wing, thought about shooting the 3, dribbles to the right side of the paint, finds Jackson White at the right elbow. Open teammate, catch and shoot, 3, that one rattles in from the left corner for Reese Drew. Reese Drew with his second three-pointer of the game. He's got 8 points in total, 33-28. River Ridge in front, 13 and a half minutes to play. Edge cutting towards the basket. That layup too strong, rolls off the front of the rim, and Brandon Davis clears the ball for River Ridge. Davis to the left wing, and a whistle away from the ball. Foul goes against Potosi Cassville. Beyond Drew Richardson. It'll be his first, team's first of the half. Richardson checks out of the game. Back in is number 33, Colton Vogelsberg, a 6'1 senior. Inbound pass gets into Noah Copsey in the right corner. Now to Cam Reynolds on the left wing, now left corner to Jackson White. Jackson White skipping it inside to Reese Drew and finding Davis under the basket. He'll lay it in. Brandon Davis now with 16. River Ridge back in front by 7. 35-28, under 13 minutes left to play. Ball between the rings for Ben Infield. Infield left-handed dribble, gives off to the corner to Edge. Edge runs into a double team left side of the paint. Davis trying to wrestle the ball out of his hand. Held ball called, alternate possession. Gives it to River Ridge with 12:45 to play in the game. Lane Copsey checks back into the game for River Ridge. That will send Cam Reynolds to the bench. Noah Copsey gives off to Reese Drew to walk it across center court. Skips over to Lane Copsey on the high right side. And Lane's pass is stolen away by Colton Vogelsberg. Pushing it down the floor quickly, and Edge able to finish off the window for two. Steal and score for Potosi Cassville. Makes it a 5-point lead for River Ridge, 35-30, 12:15 to go. The Copsey brothers exchange passes, cross-court pass to the high left to Reese Drew. Drew skips it to the top to Noah Copsey. Noah inside the paint, back out to brother Lane. Lane gives back to Noah, in the lane, floater, gets the lucky bounce. Noah Copsey with 6 points on the game for River Ridge, back to a 7-point lead for the Wolves, under 12 minutes to go. Alex Frederick on the high left, gives off to Vogelsberg in the left corner. Ball swung over to the high right side to Ben Infield, overhead pass to Carter Bierman at the top of the arc. Bierman being guarded by Jackson White, gives off to Vogelsberg. Vogelsberg back to Bierman. Bierman with the ball over his head, using that 6'7" frame, gives off to Frederick. Frederick finds Aaron Edge on the right wing. Edge holding the ball, gives off to the top to Ben Infield. Finds Bierman down low, and Bierman's shot's no good, but he's fouled from behind, and he'll go to the line for two. Team foul number 5 of the half against River Ridge. And it's a foul on Noah Copsey. That's his second. Carter Bierman at the free throw line shooting 13% on the season. But swishes the first free throw on this trip. Bierman now with 3 points on the game. 37-31 the new score with 11:19 to go. Second free throw, too strong off the side of the iron, and River Ridge with the rebound. Davis sprinting back down the floor. Has his pass rejected but recovered, and a three-pointer on the left wing. That one rattles out, no good. Shot missed by Reese Drew. Alex Frederick will bring it across center court. Gives out to Vogelsberg in the left corner, now out to the top to Ben Infield. Infield holding the ball, being guarded by Brandon Davis. Finds Alex Frederick on the left wing. Frederick into the paint, back out, catch and shoot three on the right wing. That one toilet bowls down for three. Aaron Edge having himself a game, closes the gap to within three, 37-34. Back to a one-possession game. River Ridge in front, 10.5 minutes to go. Wayne Copsey's pass is deflected and stolen away by Alex Frederick. Frederick gets to Ben Infield. Infield loses the handle, but recovered in the left corner by Aaron Edge. Edge, nice Euro step in the lane, off the back iron, no, and Copsey with the rebound for River Ridge. Brandon Davis directing traffic on the far side of the floor, now dribbles between the rings. Looking towards the right side, finds Noah Copsey on the left corner. Copsey fakes a pass, finds an open teammate down low, and a reverse layup off the window and in for Jackson White. Jackson White with his first points of the game, averaging 5 points per contest, 5-point lead for River Ridge. 39-34, 9:45 left, and a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Mike Uppina of Potosi Cassville. 9:45 to play in the second half. Potosi Cassville 39, River Ridge 34. Tonight's game sponsored by Community First Bank. Free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. At McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. And this game also brought to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. By Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. 9:45 to play in the second half. River Ridge 39, Potosi Cassville 34. PC with the ball inbounding in front of their own bench. Ben Infield throws it into the backcourt to Alex Frederick. Frederick brings it into the front court, gives off to Ben Infield on the high right side. Infield to Aaron Edge. Edge holding the ball in the triple threat, now decides to dribble. Finds Alex Frederick, loading up for three on the left wing, and knocks it down from long distance. Alex Frederick with his third triple of the game. He's got 9 and cuts the lead down to 2. 39-37, River Ridge in front. Overhead pass is telegraphed and stolen away by Damian Bauer. PC across center court. Finds Alex Frederick. Go ahead 3 in the left corner. Off the side of the rim, no good. Frederick gets his own rebound. The floater gets the lucky bounce and a push. Is the basket going to count? And they're going to say the basket's good. So there's a foul on Jackson White, but they're going to say it came after the shot was made. So Frederick now with 11 points. And Potosi Cassville looking to take the lead and infield with the 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. River Ridge with the rebound. 8:45 to play, tied at 39. Pass in the paint, and a floater's knocked down for Reese Drew. Reese Drew in double figures with 10. Back to a 2-point lead for River Ridge. 8.5 minutes to go, 41-39. Frederick, pull-up jumper at the free throw line, knocks that one down. Alex Frederick heating up. Got 6 points in the first half. He's got 7 in the second. 41-41, 8:15 to go. Brandon Davis finds Jackson White on the high left. Jackson White takes a couple dribbles, gives off to Lane Copsey. Copsey dribbling towards the center court stripe. And now Brandon Davis with it on the left wing. Davis finds Lane Copsey, fakes a pass. Feed down low to Cam Reynolds, and Reynolds' shot is deflected. And it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Potosi Cassville. Ball will stay with River Ridge. Brandon Davis set to inbound baseline left side. 7:54 to play. Brandon Davis gets it in to the high left to Brock Bungie. Bungie to Cam Reynolds in the left corner. Dribbles to the left wing. Back to Davis. Davis finds Noah Copsey at the left elbow. Copsey finds Davis, open 3, left wing. That one's knocked down. Brandon Davis with the triple. 44-41. Wolves back up by 3. And a triple team under the basket for Aaron Edge. And they're going to say Edge double dribbled. Coach Mike Uppina and the Potosi Cassville fans not happy about that call. It will be River Ridge ball with 7:28 to play. Brock Bungie will throw it into Brandon Davis. Game brought to you by Claire Bake with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Davis between the rings. Being guarded by Alex Frederick. Davis gives off to Noah Copsey. Now out to the high left to Brock Bungie. Bungie stops his dribble. Bungie playing with 4 fouls. Finds Brandon Davis charging towards the basket. His layup off the side of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound for Jackson White, but it's stolen away by Ben Infield. Infield in the lane. Trying to drive in on Copsey, lost the handle, and Davis comes away with the ball for River Ridge. Back-to-back turnovers. 44-41, Ridge in front, 6:45 to play. Toss to the high left. Reynolds exchanging passes with Davis. Davis driving baseline. Lost the handle, but recovered. Now to Bungie. Jackson White loading up for 3 in the right corner. Off the back iron, no good. Chasing it out of bounds was Sam Infield. His foot was out of bounds, and it will stay with River Ridge. Wolves will inbound baseline left side. 6:28 to play. River Ridge 44, Potosi Cassville 41. 6 Rivers West Boys Hoops on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And are they going to say a 5-second violation? No, they're going to give Ridge the timeout. Just got it in before the whistle. 30-second stop. We'll keep it here. Again, 6:28 to play. River Ridge 44, Potosi Cassville 41. Quick check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. 34-30, Galena leading East Dubuque on X1071 with 24.5 seconds left. On 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Argyle Pecatonica has opened up a lead on Lancaster 51-35 with 7:39 remaining. And last update we had in Cuba City, Mineral Point was leading Cuba City at the half 32-22. Again, that one on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We resume play coming out of the River Ridge timeout. Brandon Davis overhead pass to the top of the arc to Cam Reynolds. Reynolds gives back to Davis on the left wing, being guarded by Alex Frederick. Now to Jackson White on the left wing, left corner to Bungie. Bungie gives back to Davis between the rings. Davis looking to his left, getting a screen from Jackson White. Now switches to the right hand, charging towards the basket. No-look pass is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Ben Enfield, and River Ridge will keep the possession. 6:05 to play. River Ridge leading by 3, 44-41. Brandon Davis inbounding baseline left side. Davis will lob it into Jackson White, and White will give off to Cam Reynolds. Davis to the left side of the paint. Pull-up jumper, side of the rim, no good. Alex Frederick with the rebound for PC. Gets it across center court. Now left corner, catch and shoot. 3, toilet bowls in for Drew Richardson. Drew Richardson's second three-pointer of the game ties it up at 44 apiece with 5:35 to play. Brandon Davis across center court gives to Noah Copsey, now to Jackson White. White to the left elbow. Back out to the top to Bungie. Bungie dribbles to the right side of the paint, being guarded by Richardson. Bungie picks up his dribble, trying to give back to Copsey on the right wing. Nearly lost the handle, but Davis there to recover. Davis gives off to Reynolds. Reynolds to the left elbow, finds Davis charging towards the basket, and he will lay it in, getting the lucky bounce. What a finish by Brandon Davis. 46-44, Ridge back in front, under 5 minutes to play. Ball lobbed into Ben Enfield, and that one knocked out of his hand by Brandon Davis, and it will stay with Potosi Cassville. PC inbounding baseline right side. Aaron Edge will throw in the inbound. Edge looking for someone to pass to, gets it in to Sam Enfield. Enfield finds Alex Frederick on the high right side. Frederick charging towards the basket, shot's no good, but 2 free throws coming up. Goes against Cam Reynolds, have that down as his third. River Ridge's 7th team foul of the half, Potosi Cassville with only 1. And the first free throw made on this trip for Alex Frederick. $14 points for Alex Frederick on the game. Second free throw to tie it up. Gets that one to go. We're tied at 46 with 4:42 to go. Brandon Davis taking his time, bringing it into the front court. Gives out to Jackson White between the rings. Now to Noah Copsey on the left wing. Copsey charging towards the basket, and a foul on the floor. They're going to say a push on Drew Richardson. Couldn't see what that one was from here. It'll be the second team foul of the half for Potosi Cassville. Wolves get the inbound pass in. Jackson White down low, trying to get the shot up off Vogelsberg, and gets the lucky bounce. River Ridge back in front by 2, 48-46 with 4:15 to go. Potosi Cassville has not led yet in this game. Alex Frederick at the top of the arc. Had the ball nearly stolen away by Bungie, but able to keep it alive. Now to Aaron Edge on the high right. Edge picks up his dribble, right side of the point, exchanges passes with Enfield, straight ahead, 3, knocked down! Aaron Edge with the triple. And Potosi Cassville with its first lead of the game, 49-48 with 3:45 to play. Davis on the right wing, getting a screen from Jackson White. Pull-up jumper at the left elbow, knocks that one down to put Ridge back in front. River Ridge 50, Potosi Cassville 49, 3.5 minutes to go. Edge gives off to Drew Richardson in the corner. Richardson in the paint. Finds Sam Enfield on the left wing, now to Alex Frederick. Frederick finds Richardson at the top of the arc, swings it over to Aaron Edge on the high right. Edge gives off to the top to infield. Richardson takes a couple dribbles, gives back to Sam Infield on the left wing. Now to Aaron Edge just inside the center court stripe. And a timeout taken by Potosi Cassville. 2:56 to play. It's a full timeout. We'll take one too. River Ridge 50, Potosi Cassville 49 on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and solve problems, turning great ideas into reality. Take action with us. Find out more at Rotary.org/action.
This is Norm.
Hi?
He lives with anxiety, but with the help of the new Normal Maker, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With just a swipe of your finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. How are you doing? Or normal.
How's this?
The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with a mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Talk to someone you trust. Learn more at bringchangetomind.org.
In Game 8.
2:56 remaining in the second half. River Ridge 50, Potosi Cassville 49 on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Alex Frederick gets it across center court for PT. And a three-pointer on the left wing. That one spit back out. Shot missed by Ben Infield. Offensive rebound, but a foul called against River Ridge. And they're going to say a foul on Brandon Davis. That's his third. Team foul number 8. And 2 free throws coming up for Richardson. And the first free throw is no good. Drew Richardson with 8 points on the game, including 2 3-pointers, misses his first free throw on this game, averaging 41% on the line on the season. Second free throw is good. We are now tied at 50 apiece. 2:42 to play. River Ridge 50, Potosi Cassville 50. Cam Reynolds across center court. Skips it to Brandon Davis off the left side of the point. Davis left-handed dribble, backing in on Frederick. Overhead pass to the corner to Jackson White. White Euro steps in the lane. And a clutch shot off the side iron, no good. And a held ball, alternate possession, gives it to Potosi Cassville with 2:22 to play. After the game, we'll have the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show. We'll pick out the Tri-Core Turning Point, the Hermses Ace Hardware MVP, and the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. The JV game went to double overtime. We are tied at 50 apiece here with just over 2 minutes to go. Aaron Edge turnaround jumper at the right elbow, off the front of the rim, no good. Jackson White with the ball for River Ridge. Nearly had it poked away from behind, but Cam Reynolds there to recover the ball for River Ridge. Brandon Davis looking to Coach Morris for directions. Davis into the front court to the right wing. Davis picks up his dribble, finds Jackson White on the left wing. Now to Noah Copsey between the rings, back to Davis on the right wing. Davis, left-handed dribble, switches to the right hand, to the right elbow. Finds a teammate cutting towards the basket, and getting the shot to go was Brock Bungie. 52-50, 90 seconds to play. River Ridge in front by 2. Sam Infield at the top, finds Alex Frederick on the right wing. Frederick holding the ball over his head, finds Richardson on the left wing. Richardson down low to Ben Infield. Infield being guarded by Noah Copsey. Infield trying to turn around, lost the handle. It's loose, but recovered in the corner by Richardson. 1:05 to play. Potosi Cassville trailing by 2. They have possession of the ball. Alex Frederick on the high right. Now to the top, straight ahead 3 for the lead. Off the front of the rim, no good. And a scramble for the rebound. Frederick able to chase it down. It's poked out of bounds by Davis. Ball will stay with Potosi Cassville. 48.8 seconds remaining. And a timeout taken by Potosi Cassville. It's a full timeout. We'll take it 2. River Ridge up by 2. 52-50. 48 seconds left on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL.
In game 9.
Dan Hicks with Paul Azinger welcoming you back to the Healthy Stand Classic.
You couldn't ask for better conditions. 68 degrees and a UV index of 3.
This direct exposure to midday sun could be increasing her risk to melanoma.
It looks like she's making a change.
Now let's see what she takes out.
Oh, wow. Looks like she's pulling out a 15.
I don't know. Looks like she's going with a 30.
Strong choice.
Incredible.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
How do you give hope to a child in the foster care system? It starts with your heart. That tug you feel in yours when you hear that children are waiting for a stable, loving influence to speak up for their best interests. And then it becomes your time. What started out as a feeling that maybe you could make a difference becomes the difference. Change a child's story. There is a child waiting for a volunteer like you.
Learn how you can help at nationalcasagal.org.
In game 9.
We resume play. Potosi Cassville with the ball under 40 seconds left. It's 52-50. River Ridge in front, but Potosi Cassville trying to tie or take the lead on this possession. Scoop layup off the back iron, no good for Alex Frederick. And River Ridge with the rebound and a quick foul by Alex Frederick to stop the clock with 27.1 seconds in the game. Potosi Cassville commits their third team foul. It's the first on Alex Frederick. And another full timeout taken by River Ridge. We'll keep it here. 52-50. River Ridge leading Potosi Cassville on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. We have had a fun back-and-forth game between two Six Rivers West rivals. And it's simple for River Ridge. A win, and there's an opportunity for a potential three-way tie for the conference title. Potosi Cassville win eliminates River Ridge, and Potosi Cassville will have an opportunity to win the title outright when they take on Belmont a week from Thursday. The last game between these two was won by Potosi Cassville on a buzzer-beating shot in overtime by Alex Frederick. 50-48 was the final there. 52-50 is our score here with 27.1 seconds left. Noah Copsey will throw in the inbound pass, and Potosi Cassville applying pressure in the backcourt. Inbound pass gets into Brandon Davis, and he's quickly fouled by Sam Infield. Yeah, Potosi Cassville has 3 more fouls to give before River Ridge shoots free throws. Infield commits his first, team's fourth. Noah Copsey will get the inbound pass in, and the foul against PC will go against Edge. Aaron Edge commits his second, team's fifth. Noah Copsey inbounding baseline right side this time. He'll get it into Cam Reynolds, and Reynolds gives back to Copsey. Copsey trying to weave through traffic, but another hand check foul. This one against Sam Infield, I think, will stop the clock with 20.7 seconds left. Wayne Copsey set to check in for River Ridge. That will send Jackson White to take a seat. It is the second on Infield. That is team foul number 6. And the inbound pass gets into Lane Copsey, and Copsey will be fouled by PC. It's the second personal on Ben Infield that will send Lane Copsey to the line for a 1-and-1. 18.9 seconds remaining. River Ridge up by 2. And the sophomore Lane Copsey shooting 59% from the foul line on the season. An opportunity to make it a 3-point game on this free throw. And the free throw's off the back iron, no good. Aaron Edge with the rebound for PC, and PC will take a timeout with 16 seconds left. Aaron Edge got the rebound, quickly called for a timeout. It's a full stop, but we're not going anywhere. 16 seconds remaining, 52-50, River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville. Potosi Cassville trying to force overtime or take the lead on this possession. Our shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Argyle-Pecatonica defeats Lancaster in girls basketball 66-50 on 97.7 Country WGLR. Mineral Point defeats Cuba City in boys basketball 62-47. And Galena upsets East Dubuque 37-30. And the Galena Pirates will take on River Ridge Scales Mound on Friday for the regional championship. We anticipate having that on X1071 and X1071.com on Friday night. So we are the last game standing on Queen Bee Radio tonight, and we are in for a fun finish, 52-50. River Ridge in front of Potosi Cassville, 16 seconds remaining. Potosi Cassville has to go the length of the floor. Aaron Edge will throw in the inbound pass. River Ridge looking to apply pressure in the backcourt. Inbound gets into Alex Frederick. Frederick gets it into the front court with 10 seconds left. Gives off to Aaron Edge on the right wing. Edge to Frederick. Right side of the paint. Out to the top. Ben Infield, three-pointer in the left wing. Airballs it short, and the putback. It's good. Count the bucket. Alex Frederick gets the bucket to tie it up and send it to overtime. Goodness gracious. And we have overtime. 4 minutes on the clock. 52-52. Alex Frederick hit the buzzer beater to defeat River Ridge the first time. And now lays it in at the buzzer to force overtime in the second matchup between these two Six Rivers West rivals. Goodness gracious, what a game. Both coaches talking things over, and after the game, whenever it's finished, we'll have the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show. But the Hermses Ace Hardware MVP of the Tri-Court Turning Point, the West End Salvage scrapper of the game. But 4 minutes of free basketball at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Again, the JV game went to 2 overtimes. And for the second time this season, River Ridge and Potosi Cassville, the varsity boys, are going to overtime. Ball is tipped. Davis taps it back. And Ridge controls the overtime tip. Ball between the rings to Jackson White. Finds Noah Copsey, left side of the paint. Gives off to the high right side to Brock Bungie. Bungie backing in on Frederick. Picks up his dribble. Out to the top to Copsey. Swung over to Cam Reynolds. Reynolds back to Copsey, and a block called against Potosi Cassville. It's against Drew Richardson. That's his third. Team foul number 8, and a 1-and-1 coming up for Cam Reynolds. And Reynolds can't get the free throw to go. Potosi Cassville clears the rebound. Potosi Cassville looking to take the lead for the second time tonight. 3:30 to play in overtime. 52-52 our score. Ben Infield between the rings. Ball over his head. Dribbles off to the high left side to Sam Infield. Now back out to the top to Ben. Sam Infield gets it on the left wing. Swung over to Richardson. Now to the right wing to Frederick. Frederick with the ball over his head. Now decides to dribble, being guarded by Brandon Davis. And a near steal by Noah Copsey, but they're going to whistle him up for a foul instead. Had that down as Copsey's third, and a 1-and-1 coming up for Aaron Edge. Aaron Edge, his free throw is no good. He still stays at 19 points. River Ridge with the rebound. We are still tied at 52. 3 minutes to play in overtime. Noah Copsey on the left wing. Dribbles to the right side, hands off to Davis. Davis being guarded by Sam Infield. Davis back to Noah Copsey. Copsey between the rings. Now to the left elbow. Charging towards the basket. And his layup is good. A kiss off the glass for Noah Copsey. Puts the Wolves back in front by 2. 54-52. 2:33 to play. And a foul under the basket. And they're going to say it's on Noah Copsey. That's his 4th. That's team foul number 10, so double bonus time for Potosi Cassville. Aaron Edge at the line. And Edge hits the first free throw. 54-53, River Ridge in front. A free throw here for Aaron Edge will tie it. And he gets it. Aaron Edge now with 21 points for PC. We are tied at 54 apiece. 2:26 to go in overtime. The second time these two programs have gone to overtime this season. Jackson White on the high left. Now over to Cam Reynolds on the right side of the point. To Davis. Davis driving in. His defender falls down, and Davis gets one to rattle down. Brandon Davis continues his big game. Ridge back in front by 2. 56-54. 2 minutes to go. Sam Enfield between the rings, skips over to the high right side to Aaron Edge. Edge swings it out to the top to Frederick. Frederick back to Edge. Edge, crossover dribble. Now off to Infield. Now to Frederick. Frederick with the ball over his head. Cross-court pass to Ben Infield. Infield lobs it into Aaron Edge, left side of the paint. Edge, duck under move. Shot's no good, but free throws coming up. As a foul goes against Cam Reynolds. That's his 4th. Aaron Edge with 21 points on the game. And knocks down the first free throw. Back to a 1-point lead for River Ridge. A free throw here ties it up at 56. And he swishes it. Clutch free throws by Aaron Edge. 56-56, 95 seconds to play in overtime. Brandon Davis will bring it across center court. Angles towards the right wing. Hands out to Cam Reynolds. Reynolds in the paint. Back out to Davis in the right corner. Davis switches to the right hand. Lost the handle momentarily, but recovers it at the top. Now Davis, nice crossover dribble in the paint, and that one rattles in for 2. Brandon Davis puts Ridge in front by 2 with 1:05 to play. Aaron Edge on the left wing. Now under a minute to go. Finds Ben Infield on the left wing, being guarded by Brandon Davis. Now back to Edge. Edge driving in on Copsey. Ball swung over to the right wing. Now charging towards the basket. That one rejected by Cam Reynolds. Rejecting the shot by Ben Infield. River Ridge comes away with the ball with 39 seconds left. And Davis trying to get it across center court, but I think Ridge got a timeout. Or no, they're going to say a foul on Potosi Cassville. That'll go against Alex Frederick. Dan Morris was trying to call a timeout before Davis got it across center court. But the clock is stopped with 35.2 seconds left. The second foul against Frederick. Team foul number 9, so a 1-and-1 coming up for Brandon Davis. Cam Reynolds checks out. Brock Bungie checks back in. And Davis can't get the free throw to go. The rebound pulled down by Sam Infield. And Infield trying to keep the ball away from Davis. As Infield able to get an outlet. 58-56. River Ridge in front. Potosi Cassville with the ball, trying to tie or take the lead. And a timeout taken by Potosi Cassville. It's a full timeout with 15.7 seconds remaining. River Ridge 58, Potosi Cassville 56. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We are in overtime. River Ridge leads by 2, 58-56 with 15.7 seconds left. River Ridge led 52-50. In the final seconds before a three-pointer was missed by Ben Infield, but Alex Frederick under the basket able to lay it in as time expired to force overtime. And now with 15.7 seconds left, down by 2 again, does Potosi Cassville have one more punch? Looking to tie or take the lead with 15.7 seconds remaining. Potosi Cassville inbounding baseline left side. Aaron Edge will throw it in. Whistle blows. Edge gets it in to Richardson in the corner. Richardson dribbles to the left wing. Back to Edge. 10 seconds left. Edge crossing over on Copsey. Picks up his dribble. Left side of the paint. Back out to Frederick. Frederick to the free throw line. 3 seconds left. His shot. Side iron no good. Davis with the rebound. And River Ridge takes down Potosi Cassville 58-56. Hang on. And now the officials are trying to determine, did a foul happen before the buzzer? And the game is over. River Ridge stays alive in the Six Rivers West, taking down Potosi Cassville 58-56 in overtime. River Ridge improves to 15-6 on the season, 11-3 in the Six Rivers West. Their next game is coming up Friday at home against Pecatonica. Potosi Cassville falls to 14-7, 12-2 in Six Rivers West Conference play. Their next game is Thursday at Schulzburg. Man, oh man, what a game here in Patch Grove. We'll take a break and come back with the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show. We'll see if we can catch up with Dan Morris and a couple players for River Ridge as well. Post-game show coming up next on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 10.
Did you know that when you make time to talk, read, or sing with your child, you're helping to shape and strengthen their brains for the years to come? As a father, helping my child thrive is the most important thing to me. Each of us has the power to create a strong start for our children and to help them enter school ready to learn and succeed in life, starting from the day they are born. Visit talkingisteaching.org for free tips, resources, and ideas on how to transform everyday moments into magical moments for learning.
Officers take an oath to serve and protect the community, but we need your help too in keeping friends and families safe. I'm Lancaster Police Chief Deb Rukoff. Scam phone calls can hit at any time, and scammers are always developing new schemes. That's why law enforcement agencies remind you to be alert for these types of calls. Prevent a crime by keeping your personal information private and hanging up on scammers. Also, if you've been a victim of a scam call, contact your local authorities.
This public service announcement courtesy of Queen Bee Radio.
In Game 10.
An overtime thriller in Patch Grove. River Ridge takes down Potosi Cassville 58-56 on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. After this break, the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show, the Tricor Turning Point, Herbs Ace Hardware MVP, and West End Salvage Scrapper of the game, all straight ahead on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 3 minutes.
A fraction of a raindrop. 3 grains of salt. At up to 100 times more potent than morphine, the tiniest amount of illegal fentanyl is all it takes to cause an overdose. Fentanyl can be mixed into heroin, cocaine, pressed pills, meth, and other drugs. It could be in your drugs, and you wouldn't be able to see it, taste it, or smell it. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop overdose.
Hi, Vicky. How's your knee doing?
It feels better, Doctor. Those painkillers worked great. I was hoping to get some more.
We're being very careful with prescription painkillers. Let's continue with therapy and off-the-shelf anti-inflammatories for now.
Prescription painkillers are America's newest epidemic, causing abuse and addiction for millions. The smaller the dose prescribed and taken, the better. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons and the Orthopedic Trauma Association. Visit orthoinfo.org/prescription safety.
When times get dark,
We can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You want to give your baby everything, so start with a safe sleep area. Babies younger than 1 should always be placed to sleep on their backs on a firm and flat surface like a safety-approved crib. And keep blankets, pillows, and other soft or loose items out of the crib when the baby is in it. Learn more about safe sleep for babies at safetoSleep.nichd.nih.gov. Sponsored by the Eunice Kennedy Shriver National Institute of Child Health and Human Development.
So, what's the asking price on this house?
You'd probably be more comfortable living somewhere else.
How long is the lease?
Sure, you can afford to live here, but...
How about the schools?
We have twins.
This neighborhood probably wouldn't be right for your kids.
If a real estate or rental agent says anything like this, you are being discriminated against, and it is illegal. If you experience housing discrimination, go to HUD.gov/fair housing and report it. Fair housing. The law is on your side. A message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
It's time for the Tri-State Roofing Post-Game Show. This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Did you know we can take care of your roofing projects during the winter months? Tri-State Roofing uses reliable, long-lasting products that can be effectively applied in harsh winter temperatures. See our team for ice dam removal, gutter cleaning, and heat tape installation. Tri-State Roofing is fully insured, and we offer free estimates. Call Tri-State Roofing to fix your winter roofing issues.
Now for the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. An overtime thriller in Patch Grove. River Ridge takes down Potosi Cassville 58-56, and we are joined by the Herbst's Ace Hardware MVP of the game, Brandon Davis. Brandon, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the win, 27 points on the game. It was a gritty game, really from start to finish. Another typical River Ridge versus Potosi Cassville matchup in high school boys basketball. Talk about what this win means to you and your teammates here tonight.
It definitely means a lot, especially after the loss in Potosi. We knew we had to come back. We're on a 6-game win streak. Means a lot. We're just locked in for the rest of the season, I think.
Yep, in the first matchup, obviously a heartbreaker, a buzzer-beating loss in overtime. Talk about the things that you took away from the first matchup that carried into this rematch and things that went right for you guys tonight.
Yeah, definitely hurt. I think in practice it got a lot more tense after that loss. I mean, going into like games that we should be blowing teams out, I think we pushed the ball a lot more and knew this game was going to come back and down on the road and knew we had to be prepared for it. So definitely made us lock in a little bit.
Yeah, talk about the confidence level for this team heading down the home stretch of the season, a 6-game winning streak, as you said, and knocking off some quality teams, knocking off Potosi Cassville, knocking off a ranked Belmont team, avenging 2 conference losses with the postseason looming around the corner. What are the things that have been going right for River Ridge as of late?
Definitely after the Belmont game, team built a bunch of confidence off that game, and I think we're just playing a lot more together, playing a lot more faster. Just really confident right now.
All right, awesome. Well, go enjoy this win, Brandon. Congrats on the win, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
All right, now we're joined by our West End Salvage scrapper of the game, Brock Bungie. Bungie finishing with 4 points, but had to navigate some tough foul trouble, especially late in the game. Talk about the things that went right for River Ridge here tonight.
We started learning how to play down when we were in the crunch time, and I think that we can finish games now. And with Brandon, if you have Brandon, put the ball in Brandon's hand, and good things are going to happen. And Reese Drew hit a bunch of big shots. Noah Copsey played amazing. Lane hit some big shots, and I just think it was a great team effort.
Yeah, one of the things that really stood out to me was that any time it felt like Potosi Cassville was going to close the gap, River Ridge always had an answer. Talk about the resiliency of this team in those, tight situations. Obviously, had the opportunity to close out the game in regulation, but, a shot at the buzzer, forced overtime, and then pretty back and forth the rest of the way. Talk about the things that went right, especially in those clutch situations.
I think that we've learned how to play in these positions. We've been in these positions a lot this year so far, and we've just matured a lot so much. Not many people have returned from last year, and we needed to grow, and we grew a lot. And I think it just comes down to that we play together anymore, and just really good win.
Yep, and you're going to be playing home games the rest of the way. You got Pecatonica coming up on Friday night. Not an easy game by any stretch, but then close out with Argyle on Monday, and then next Thursday against Benton. And this win tonight still keeps you guys in the conference title race, and you could potentially get some help from Belmont to force a three-way tie for a conference title in the second half of this, or in the closing end of the regular season. Talk about what this momentum means for River Ridge heading into the postseason, because you guys are on a hot streak and probably playing your best basketball right now.
Yeah, we lacked confidence beginning of the season, I feel like, and we just started gaining a bunch more, and the more confident we get, the better we play, and we play more together. And I think going into the postseason, it's a real big push we're going to have, and I think we can go real far.
All right, awesome. Well, congrats on the win, Brock. Thanks for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, that's Brock Bungie, kind enough to join us on our post-game show, and we'll talk with the Victorious head coach, Dan Morrison. Coach, how's your heart rate feeling after a game like this?
I really wish that I would wear some sort of heart rate monitor, because I feel pretty calm, maybe more calm than I should be. I mean, maybe not in the moment. But hats off to both teams. I mean, we knew that it was going to be an absolute dogfight. These two teams get together. Potosi is so good at defense. They protect the ball really well. Just a grinded out kind of a battle against this team that matches up really well against each other. Brandon, definitely got it done scoring-wise. We had contributions from other folks scoring as well. Some big defensive stops that were really great. Cam Reynolds had that block late in the game. We had Brees Drew come in there to help be a shutdown defender for us for those final seconds. So, seeing everyone contribute like that to this victory was really nice for us. So, again, for a team that started out where, we were in – again, a ton of these close games. I feel like every game we've played is one of these just heart-stopping battles. But for a team that, wasn't getting the job done at the end of the games or just falling short, man, we're doing it here at the end of the season, and what a better time to be doing it.
What are the things that are going differently for River Ridge in those close game situations?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it is, and we talked about this in the pregame, where it's guys understanding their role better. I think going into the season, we didn't have a whole lot of experience on varsity. There was actually a lot of, guys weren't used to really playing with each other just for one reason or another over the last 4 or 5 years. And so it just took a little time for everyone to kind of figure out each other's games, how to play off of that. And so when you do that, you start to understand kind of your role on offense, your role on defense, what it is that you do well, and, emphasize that as part of your game. So that plays a big part of it, especially, in the second half, another team gets momentum, goes on a run. We're able to counter that because we know what we can do. We believe in what we can do. And then as far as closing out games, it's, once you get the taste of what that feels like and how you execute on that, you start getting confident, because until you do that, you're kind of nervous in those situations, right? And if you play nervous, that leads to mistakes.
Right.
And so I think that's kind of at the beginning of the year, you'd see those mistakes where it might have been, maybe not the best shot in our offense when we need a good look. Or maybe a defensive breakdown, or just something that didn't go right. And sometimes you just tip your hat to the other team. I mean, that could have easily happened here tonight, where Potosi made the shot and give us game over. Like, that easily could have happened, just the same. But I think for us, it's definitely getting confident in those moments. That we know that when it's close, hey, we're gonna have a shot to win it.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily just one moment at the end. It was, whenever Potosi Cassville would tie it, River Ridge would have a quick answer right back. Yeah. I mean, Potosi Cassville, I think, had a lead 49-48 for a brief moment, and then Brandon hits a shot to give River Ridge the lead, and then, of course, Frederick hits that layup at the end of regulation to force overtime. But just talk about the resiliency of this team and the confidence that they're playing with heading down the home stretch of the season. a lot of confident basketball being played by this team and really kind of peaking at the right time with the postseason coming up.
Yeah, I said in the pregame when we played at Schulzberg a few weeks ago in the locker room beforehand, it came right after a close loss to Iowa Grant, and not long after our overtime loss to Potosi, where we knew that we were close to putting it all together. And, we had said that, okay, this is a pivotal game. All right, are we going to put it together now? And if we are, all right, we're going to go on a run. And we did. And so far we are. And, yeah, we have 3 more games in the regular season. They're all here at home. We have one more, a critical one for us yet this week, playing Pecatonica, who's a really good team. So we got to take care of business against them and take care of business next week, too. I mean, there's no reason why, Albany or I'm sorry, not Albany, but Argyle or Benton, aren't going to give us a tough game. Benton gave us a tough game down there, and we know Argyle's definitely capable too. So take care of our business here. Hopefully we get some help, and we're in the thick of things for the conference. At the very least, we know that we can go into the postseason. Hey, if you believe that you can beat anybody, that's pretty dangerous in the postseason. And we have experience in the guard play, and again, getting it done late in games makes you feel pretty good going into these really tough playoff atmosphere type games. We experienced that tonight. We experienced it down in Belmont. So hopefully we're ready. I mean, these are testing us, and hopefully we're absorbing all the lessons along the way.
Yeah, but before I let you go, I want to ask you about the Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. It's hard to pick one specific moment when the game officially flipped in your favor, but what were some of the turning points that you felt were going right for River Ridge to close the game out tonight?
Oh, man, that's really tough to pick one thing. We thought we had it, at the end they took that final shot, and then, the ball just kind of, I guess I didn't have a great view from where I was at. Maybe you had a better view, but it looks like, man, ball bounced right to him, had the putback, and there it was right at the buzzer to send it to overtime. But, I think a couple of, those last couple of possessions where we were on defense, Cam Reynolds had a big block down here to prevent a score. And then, if I remember right, we didn't make the free throw, but, sub in Reese Drew. All right, Reese Drew. We know you can get a stop against somebody. Be that guy. And he was that. So I think those last two, it sounds, sort of like an easy pick to say your last 2 possessions where you didn't let him score to win the game. But that was really it. We needed the big stops, and we had guys that stepped up in the moment and got it done.
Sometimes the scores that don't happen end up being the biggest moments of the game. So yeah, definitely worthy of our Tricor Turning Point tonight. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on the win and the momentum that River Ridge has. We got the postseason seedings coming up on Sunday as well. How are you feeling about River Ridge's momentum heading into that?
Oh, my gosh. Again, it's good to be winning now and good to have that momentum now. We'll see how things shake out as far as the seeding. We don't have a whole lot of control on that other than just keep winning our games. And a win tonight here was big for us, and we'll see if that helps bump us up a little bit. Have a home game for that first night of the playoffs, and then we'll take our chances against anyone else we see.
Yep, should be fun looking to see where River Ridge ends up playing in the postseason. Congrats on the win, Coach. Go enjoy it, and we'll see you guys down the line.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Dan Morris, the River Ridge head coach, joining us on our post-game show as River Ridge comes away with an overtime victory, 58-56 over Potosi, Cassville, and Six Rivers West boys basketball. A quick recap of the individual scoring. Brandon Davis, our Hermson's Ace Hardware MVP, leading the way with 27 points on the game. 10 points for Reese Drew. 8 points for Noah Copsey. 4 points apiece for Brock Bungie and Jackson White. 3 points for Lane Copsey and 2 for Cam Reynolds. And I believe River Ridge won this game without making a free throw. They were 0 for 2 at the foul line by my count tonight. Potosi Cassville, they were led tonight by Aaron Edge, who had a monster second half. Had 7 points in the first half. He finishes the game with 23. Alex Frederick in double figures with 17 points. He had a big second half as well with 11. 9 points on the game for Drew Richardson. 4 points for Ben Infield and 3 for Carter Bierman. Sam Infield started but did not score. Damian Bauer saw action but did not score. And Colton Vogelsberg saw action but did not score. Potosi Cassville was 12 of 15 from the foul line tonight, and they had 8 3-pointers on the game. River Ridge improves to 15-6 on the season, 11-3 in the Six Rivers West, and they are now within one game of Potosi, Cassville, and Belmont for the Six Rivers West crown, and Belmont has to play Potosi, Cassville in the final game of the regular season next Thursday, so the conference title is still up for grabs for all three teams, River Ridge, Potosi, Cassville, and Belmont. We'll take our last time out, and we'll come back, wrap up our Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show after this on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game, 2 minutes.
There are places, people, and conditions in this world that almost seem beyond hope. But not when Mercy Ships is there. Mercy Ships is a place restoring sight to the blind, happiness to the outcast, and joy to the brokenhearted. Mercy Ships is the reason why hope is now in sight. To learn more, go to mercyships.org.
Hello, my name is Andrea Delzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old. If I had one message for the general public, it would be relax. Some folks get really flustered around disabled people, so they just pretend we're not there. I've actually had waiters talk to my companion and completely ignore me. People with disabilities just want the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
This is a message from United Spinal Association. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know it's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Post-game, 2 minutes.
Wrapping up the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. River Ridge a winner in overtime over Potosi, Cassville, 58-56. And I just got clarification from the River Ridge side. River Ridge was 0 for 3 from the foul line, so River Ridge wins this game despite not making a single free throw on the game. Earlier, we talked to the Herms's Ace Hardware MVP, Brandon Davis, brought to you by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Herms's will be the MVP for your next project in your home. Go to Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Brock Bungie was our West End Salvage scrapper of the game. The player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out and trying to lay the opponent's ways, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. And Coach Dan Morris talked about the Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Our shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. A final score in girls basketball: Argyle-Pecatonica takes down Lancaster in a battle of ranked teams, 66-50. And in boys basketball, Mineral Point over Cuba City, 62-47. In IHSA girls basketball, Galena upsets East Dubuque, 37-30, and they will take on River Ridge Scales Mound on Friday for the regional championship. And we will have that on X1071 and X1071.com. Steve Prescott will have the full wrap-up of our area's scores tomorrow on your favorite Queen Bee Radio family of stations, including AM 1590 WPVL.com. Looking ahead, on Thursday, we've got girls basketball, Cuba City at Fenimore on Super Hits 106. And Lancaster at Platteville in the SWC on 97.7 Country WGLR. Both those games can be seen on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And girls sectional wrestling from Mineral Point coming up on Friday, starting at 4 o'clock on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Check out the full Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule at AM1590WPVL.com. Thank you to Wade Winkers and the entire staff for being gracious hosts as always and helping us with our radio and video efforts here tonight. Thanks to both head coaches Dan Morris of River Ridge and Mike Uppina of Potosi Cassville for the pregame interviews. Also to Coach Morris, Brandon Davis, and Brock Bungie for joining me for some postgame thoughts as well. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL Platteville, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Lely Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final score, River Ridge defeats Potosi Cassville in overtime, 58-56. River Ridge goes to 15-6. 11-3 in the Six Rivers West. Their next game is coming up Friday at home against Pecatonica. Potosi Cassville falls to 14-7, 12-2 in the Six Rivers West. They are at Schulzburg on Thursday. From the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night from Patch Grove, and we'll see you for more basketball on Thursday night.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
From the Hermson's Ace Hardware Studio, this is ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL Platteville, a Queen Bee Radio